What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and this video, I want to talk about why I'm getting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. That's actually, R's are very hard for me, so that's quite the opening for me. But this is, I think, the last why I'm getting video of the entire year. I want to thank you guys for being with me this whole time. This is a video series I do where I talk about an upcoming game and talk about whether I'm getting it, not getting it, or I'm somewhere in between. And I was waiting for this. Honestly, actually, I was waiting for it so much, and at the same time, I didn't even do a video when the release date was given, but this thing got a trailer a few weeks, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, and they gave it a date, December 10th. It is officially, for me specifically, which is kind of what this video is all about, this is the last game that I'm interested in that comes out this year. You know, December has a few, you know, I think Marvel Rivals, Indiana Jones, and then this, and coincidentally, this is at the end of the schedule. You know, December 10th, which is not like the very end of the year, but it's the last game that's coming out of this year that I care about. So I've been waiting for this. You know, they show it off. I think they showed it off at Summer Game Fest. They showed it off at some Jeff Keighley thing. I kind of forgot which one, but the thing looked amazing. And honestly, it really comes down to a few things. Number one, big Power Rangers guy. Okay, really love it. And I've played several of the games. You know, going way back. My mom doesn't play games like literally at all. The one time she ever played a game with me was, I think, Time Force, if that was the game, like 99 or something like that. I think maybe I played it when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and my mom actually played it with me. So I love Power Rangers, movies, games, whatever you want to say. And I also love the style. I mean, the style, I mean by like anything. I mean, you can see like the cover of this game just looks so freaking spectacular. The animations, the character, like how everything looks. And, you know, I guess in terms of visuals, but also style, like how the game actually plays, right? Like, you know, there's many games that are like this. Kind of the revival that we've seen over the last 10, 15 years, right? Like Scott Pilgrim was a really, I freaking love Scott Pilgrim versus the game. And even like TMNT Shredder's Revenge, so unbelievably good. Now this one being a little bit different because you have like the mechs and some of like the more like kind of like movement based, like more speedy, right? And where the camera is not so much side scrolling, but more like, you know, forward and backward. I don't even know what kind of style you would like to call that, but kind of mixing things up, right? So, I mean, it's got everything that I would want. Power Rangers is one of them. The visual style that I absolutely love, that beat 'em up style, and a game you can play with other people. You know, I tend to play these games by myself like the first time. I think I even did that with Scott Pilgrim, which is odd because I think these games are actually at their best when you're playing with other people. Although I don't think I've ever played, especially like the newer kind of age, like the revival age of these games, don't think I've ever played them with like a full-on squad. So maybe I could try that with Power Rangers. I love the beat 'em up style games. It's the last game of the year, you know, when I think to December, you know, like I said, of the games coming out, but Marvel Rivals is free. Indiana Jones is a game on Game Pass. I think I would get through that. This is actually, it's not just the last game of the year, it's also the last game I'm putting money, except for maybe like Black Friday and any game sales, you know, leading into Christmas. Maybe I'll pick up a few things here and there. But in terms of games I'm buying, even Stalker 2 through Game Pass. So, you know, at this point, Power Rangers is the only game I'm going to put money down on, you know, through the rest of the year. So I don't know. I don't know why I needed to say that. I guess I should say, okay, another reason why it might be worth considering if it's you guys is it's not full price, which you wouldn't really expect for a game like this anyway. It's $35, at least US. Convert it in your own territories. $35 US, but if you pre-order it, I do think that's the limit. I think they talked about this a little bit. If you pre-order the game, and I think it's anywhere like through PS Plus, you can get it for $30. I think it's $29.74. Very odd number, but it's basically $30. I also checked on Steam, same thing, $29.74. So if you get the game early, you get it for a little percentage off, which, you know, I think is actually a pretty cool thing, especially for a game that, you know, I mean, there's a chance it does really well. And again, like these games have actually historically done pretty good, especially when they got good properties, you know, that they're basing it off of. And like Scott Pilgrim, you know, has become a thing and continues to be a thing like every year. But, you know, the movie didn't set the world on fire when it first came out, and the game came out a long time ago. So I have a lot of faith in this game. I think it looks like an absolute blast. And I don't know. I mean, it's as simple as, these kind of games are kind of my jam. I like Power Rangers. It's cheap. It's the last game of the year, and it's something that I've marked on my calendar ever since I saw it. The game also, by the way, looks really, really good from like the 3 minutes of footage that we have. I guess the one weakness I would say, right, is, I'm declaring that I'm putting my money down on this when I'm recording this, and even when the video goes up, we really haven't gotten anything on the game. Like, you got the release date and you got the announcement, and we haven't really gotten like IGN playing a whole level or things like that. We got like 3 more weeks, so like there's time, but at the same time, it's a little weird. I will say that. I don't think that's a sign that the game's going to be bad or anything, but we really, in terms of like actual footage, there's not a ton to base it off of. What we've seen is incredible, and again, like I think the style and just kind of like the hope of what it can be is going to be what carries it. But I will say I would like to see a little bit of this game over the next couple weeks, but they probably already have my sale anyway. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure as always you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.